Hello, boys and girls, this is ImAnderZEL, of course, and oh yes, it is time to have a look at another the SwedeBox. I was about to say retro gold nugget for some reason, I don't know why. My bad, boss, my bad, I did not know. So, but as usual, I take your questions that I get at my email at ImAnderZEL, hotmail something. Link in the video description if you want to send in your question. And don't make it like, hey Anders, what's your favorite YouTuber? Hey Anders, what's your dit-dit-and-dat-and? It has to be kind of a relevant question where you kind of tell me what you think and stuff like that, and you want me to tell you what I think and stuff like that. Basically, it shouldn't just be like, hey, what's your favorite kind of candy or something like that. That's not a real question, for at least not for this. Let's jump straight into the first question, and it says, hey Anders, I'm gonna jump right into it. With AAA game titles coming out and getting such bad reputations, E.G. I'm gonna guess that means like I'm talking about example Mass Effect 3, and I fucking agree about that. Do you think that developers actually care for the games they sell, or is it just basically using a brand name to sell any lump of crap to earn money, and also release 1/4 of the game in DLC, which indecently cost dollars, of course. Yeah, it always does, never fucking free, almost at least. With this happening more and more, and gamers noticing, do you think that indie developers will soon be the it people to go to and buy games? Indie developers release such good games, but at low prices, and publishers like Activision releases complete shit and sell it at about 3 times the price. I would love to see your views on this, Marcus. And yeah, I mean, just look at Minecraft, for example. Selling like fucking crazy, popular as fuck, because they make sure that shit works. I mean, Minecraft isn't perfect at all either, so I don't know if that's a great example, but overall you get a little bit more than what you pay for with AAA titles, at least in my opinion, most of them. So I don't think AAA titles will disappear, because I mean, a very few selected games actually are good when they are in the developed, especially like FPS games usually suck if they are in the developed. But then again, we have games like Tribes. Tribes is kind of in the developed. It's a bigger indie developer. It's not like one guy or three guys or 5 guys. I think they're like 15 or something like that. A very small company, I would kind of call it. And I mean, Tribes is fucking awesome. It works great. Sure, it has added bugs and stuff like that, but they listen to the fans and the buyers, because they know this is very important for people to actually buy the game. When it comes to Activisions and EA and other gaming companies or publishers that publish the games, they usually call the shots. They say, "Oh, make a copy of this game, and basically we will call it Modern Warfare 3, and we shall charge actually $10 more than anybody else is charging for their games, because I don't see any other PC games costing $59. They all cost $49 to buy at Steam, for example. And in Sweden it's even worse, since instead of $49 it's 49 euros and 59 euros for example, Modern Warfare 3. And I mean, I'm not saying Modern Warfare 3 is bad. Absolutely not. It's a good game. I haven't tried it really, but I mean, from what I see, it basically is Modern Warfare 2 with a few changes. So it's still a good game, in my opinion, but it certainly isn't worth $60, and especially not worth 60 euros, because 60 euros is basically like $80. I'm not kidding you. I think it's even like $84. So in Sweden, we pay $84 for basically Modern Warfare 2.5. That's what Modern Warfare 3 is. And I really think that indie developed games are gonna become a lot more popular, especially on PC. I don't think they're gonna be that popular on platforms like consoles and stuff like that, because that's where the problem is. console players they don't give a shit generally. I mean, they complain to their friends, but they don't complain on forums or on YouTube or stuff like that, where it actually matters, where people see it and hear it. So the developers will just keep going to say like, oh, you guys who make our games, we want you to make this game again with just a few changes, and we will charge them exactly the same price or a higher price, and basically rip them off. That's what usually happens, and I think it's crap, especially the shit with like DLC that is developed at the same time as the game is developed. I mean, I don't have a problem with them releasing DLC that's made after the game is released and charging for it, but all DLC that has been made during the develop time of the game should be free, and it really should be included in the game from the beginning, not only be able to download it for free after the game has released, because yeah, it's just really, really bad, in my opinion. That's what I think. So, let's go to the next email. We got, hello Anders, I love your videos, keep on the good work, thank you very much. I want to ask you, what are your opinions on stereotypes, such as, oh, you're satanic because you love to metal. I'm gonna guess you love like metal music, that's what you mean. You smoke weed because you're black. I hate it when people judge and they don't know a single thing about it. It really annoys me. People say that only gay and women do that. This is really sad and evil, and people must get a grip and stop acting like bitches slash dicks. Metal up your ass, Kirk. I kind of agree with you, Kirk, but I kind of not agree with you too. I think stereotypes is kind of funny when it's made like a joke. When I say like, oh, all British people have yellow teeth, or ugly and love the Queen. I mean, that's a stereotype, but of course I know that's not the truth. Of course I know that. So there's a difference between different kinds of stereotypes, and I think it's healthy to have like those fun stereotypes. For example, you think that all Swedes are Vikings, or all Swedes are blonde, or all blonde people are stupid, or I don't know, like all kinds of stuff. Like basically stereotypes that you don't really believe it's true, you just say it because it's fun. There is a whole different thing between them, since if you really believe that it's true and it absolutely isn't true, that's of course fucked up and kind of sad when people judge people like that without really having a clue what the hell they're talking about. Stereotypes just for fun, making a joke and having a good time, I don't mind that at all, actually. I think that's kind of funny. So it kind of depends on how you look on things, basically. There's always one, or not always, but most of the time there's more than one perspective to things, and yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on that, so to say. So let's go to the third and final email. That's the shortest one. What type of snus do you take? Also, what's your opinion on Sweden having snus from themselves? Why should Sweden not sell it out to the world and make more money for the country? Sincerely, Damon from Stockholm. Stockholm is actually the capital of Sweden. I'm guessing you're Swedish, but I'm also guessing you don't know much about snus, because snus is actually outlawed in Europe, and I think it is. I think you can't sell it. It's not against the law to use snus in the EU, except for Sweden. But it's against the law to actually sell it. And the same thing goes for America. I think in India you can sell snus, for example, but and they actually do sell snus there. But the thing is that snus is such a specific kind of tobacco. I usually use Ettan Lös or Tre Ankare, and it has a strong taste. It's not like cigarettes. It doesn't give you the same diseases that cigarettes does. It doesn't give you cancer or anything like that. But it does erode your gums and make your teeth yellow. So my teeth are kind of a bit yellow, even though I brush my teeth very cleanly and like use floss and shit like that. But I actually think snus should be allowed to be sold around the world, because it's a great way to stop smoking. And I mean, there's no reason to start snoozing just for the sake of it, but it's a great way to stop smoking, because it tastes tobacco-y. It's not like nicotine gum that doesn't taste tobacco at all. It's very hard to stop stop snoozing and to stop smoking with nicotine gum, because it's a lot about the feeling of having something in your finger or having something under your lip and stuff like that. So I think it would be actually great if we could make some money and sell snus in other countries, but we're sadly not allowed to sell snus in America or in the rest of the in the rest of Europe, except for Sweden and Norway, that's allowed to sell snus. So that's it for the SwedeBox this time. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.